Okay, we're gonna see how long I'm allowed to have this video. I'm not gonna freak out if it gets cut off. Thing is, I still have 2 other videos that I need to like get rid of or something. Because my storage is just really low. And I feel that deeply. Like, yeah, the storage is low. I don't feel like I have room for anything in my heart anymore. I'm so full of other things I can't let go of. I'm really emotional right now. The sun has like not been present for like 3+ days now, and it's killing me. It's just gray, white, blah, and I kind of have a headache, and I'm kind of sick as shit. My whole body is sore as fuck right now. I'm like about to get my period, so I think that's it. And also, fun facts. The eggs were bad. I was talking about it in this other video. Because yesterday I ate these eggs and then realized they were not cooked right. I tried to make sunny side up eggs. And they still had like the snotty looking shit. And I was like, it's fine. I'll probably be fine. But I was not fine. And then I was at work last night and all of a sudden it just started hitting me and I felt like death. Like my whole stomach was just being torn to shreds and I felt like I was gonna be sick for like hours. And it just sucked in my like just stomach. It was so bad. I was just dying. And then it was really hard to sleep because I was just, and I'm still like recovering from that. I don't know, I just feel so depleted and tired and I have no energy and I'm not even hungry because my stomach hurts. I just feel like shit. Like, just total shit. So, I don't know why I'm making this video. Oh, my body's so sore. I need somebody to give me a massage. I don't have people in my life like that. Bummer, because I really need one. Which is sad, because I've given lots of people a massage. But I'm not good at receiving it. Oh my god. I am emotional as fuck right now. And God, I feel like shit. Man, my body hurts. I like unfriended my best friends yesterday, which I never thought I would ever do. I saw them post about an Avril Lavigne concert and it made me mad because like that was like our thing. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was never our thing. Maybe they always can pretend I'm not there and just be the two of them. Good for them. Focus. I was like on my way to work yesterday and like it was so like misty that it was so beautiful though. It just looked like a sad music video. It was like this misty fog just like hovering above the rivers. And it was so pretty. But in this like sad gothcore, sad music video, indie kind of way. I don't know. And I was like listening to Call Your Mom by Noah Kahan and Lizzy Mcalpine, which is such a cute sad song. But triggering, but sad and cute and sweet. And I wrote this thing. And I really just kind of wanted to sing and cry and stuff. And then today, I found this trailer for for Lil Nas X, his like Long Live Montero tour. Like he's making a documentary about it on HBO. I really wish I had HBO now. Yeah, I was just dying because me and my friend like saw that concert in San Francisco and it was so cute. It was funny because I remember we were both going through like really sad times, which we go through a lot actually. But and she got this tax return and she got these Lil Nas concert tour tickets for her and me. It was so sweet. Like a year ahead in advance, like 8 months ahead, 9 months, something like that. And then she wrote it on her mirror and it just stayed on the mirror, this like Montero tour, baby, like we're gonna go see Lil Nas X. And it was just like this thing that stayed as like this little hope, like. And that's like what we would listen to. It was like that's when all his music came out. And it was like really all, they were all like really upbeat and dancey, but this one was really sad and cute. Like, that was just like our hope. And I thought it was really sweet that she just got me the ticket too. I felt like bad, like I felt like I didn't deserve it the whole time. Like I felt bad. And I insisted that she didn't bring this guy. I felt bad about that. I still stand by that decision. I feel like she needed me to make that decision, but and then I'm always like, am I being selfish? But like, sometimes you just need to like get the toxic guys out of the way. I don't know, like, and the thing was, it was our thing, and then he just like showed up, and then I was just like, no, you're not latching onto this. Not after you've been mean to me multiple times. Also, like, cool, you do that, but I don't. But he did find the hotel for us, so I'll give him that. I don't know why I didn't do it. I was like on one. Like we were both so on one right before it happened. I think like we both couldn't even fathom that we were actually doing it. Like the hope. Sometimes it's like you try and have it, but you don't know if you actually believe it. And it's just like it was so like filled with butterflies and everything, and it was just so sweet. It was so sweet. And so I watched the trailer today for the video, and it was so sweet. And he was like, in one clip, he was wearing the hat, and I bought that hat. And it was like my favorite hat. I'm dying. I'm dying on so many levels. It was funny too because I watched the trailer and I just could not stop crying. And it reminded me of like when we were at the concert tour. And me and my friend just started getting really emotional. She was all like, I can't stop crying. Hold on. Ugh, I had to blow my nose. God, like my whole body is just like, I think it's gotta be the period too, because it's like my back, my lower back. But also like my butt, that'll happen a lot. I'll get really bad butt cramps because I just like curl up. I have shorts on in like a fetal position a lot, and like my stomach was hurting really bad, so I was like doing this a lot too, like curling up, because that like kind of helped. But then it's bad because it gives me really bad butt cramps doing that fetal position thing. I used to get them really bad too when I was in this one trailer thing, Airstream, this leaky Airstream, and I could not get that furnace to stay lit to save my life, and I just was so depressed and didn't care, so I just sleep in the freezing cold. I did that a lot of places, and I would hurt my butt so much just curling up because it was so cold. God, and it's just like literally everything feels like a symbol to me right now of like what I've been doing wrong. But how, like, I don't know. Like with the Lil Nas thing too in the trailer, it was all like feeling really insecure, and like the whole theme of it was like pretending to like be something you're not, or like feeling like you couldn't be yourself, and then just finally being like, fuck that, I'm gonna be myself and do me, and like just kind of like have your comeback and like have your moment. I don't know. I'm gonna fucking die. And it was just like giving me hope. And he's an Aries too, so I was just like, yeah. And like all the comments were like, I'm so proud of you. We're so proud of him. Because he's like come such a long way. Because he has, like, from like Old Town Road, where like he was like unheard of, and then just blew up with Old Town Road, and then like came out as gay. Like, I don't know, it was just like he kind of had like this rap vibe, but then was like, actually I'm gay though, which, like, you know, rap and gay don't necessarily have a great history. And just all these things, and I don't know, like, I don't know, the way I'm losing track of everything I'm saying. Yeah. Hold on. I had to blow my nose again. Oh, my body is so sore. Yeah, those were bad eggs. Too. Like, my body is just wiped right now. It's a good thing I'm not getting called into work. Because this one girl was like, could you work for me? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I'll message you. And I was like, okay. But she hasn't messaged me yet, so I'm gonna call that too late now. And if she had, hopefully I would have just been like, I can't, because I don't know why, I just feel like I just don't deserve stuff. Or I just don't believe in stuff. I don't know. But like I do. Like, I'm also realizing that I actually like believe in God like a lot. Like, I feel like I've actually had this secret relationship with God like my whole life that I've just kept very secret to me. And questioned it the whole time, but like also really believed it in this way that I could not explain. Like this, like every little sign meaning something to me, and I know it's like crazy, but like I believe in it. Like I'm so emotional right now. I don't know. I was thinking about this time when we were moving from somewhere else, from Gaithersburg, Maryland. It's making me think of Wu-Tang Clan because one of the guys is from there. To Frederick, Maryland, Spring Ridge, and that was like hard for me too. Like moving was always hard for me because it was like my whole world is collapsing. Everything that I like knew was gonna change, and I like could not process it well. And we were looking because like they were getting it built, this condominium, and we were checking it out, and I just started walking away, which I did a couple of times. There were a couple of times I tried to run away, but this time I really just did, and it felt like it was gonna work more because like I wasn't dragging my sister along, who was always like, no. Like I was always talking her into it. And what did we do? We just like put all our stuff down the stairs of this apartment. And then like changed our mind or something and then brought everything back up. But this time I just walked away and I didn't tell anybody. And it just started like raining and the wind was pushing me back like so hard. Like in this like very like great wet. Was it rain too? Was I really just gonna walk in the rain or was it just wind? Maybe it was just wind because I don't know if I really would have done it in like the rain too. I think it was just wind. Because I just feel like if it was raining really heavily, I wouldn't have been that much in the mood to be walking away. But it started winding. Maybe it did start raining too. I don't know. But it was like this, the wind I remember very distinctly, just like pushing me back. And I tried to ignore it and it just got so strong. And I just felt like it was like my brother that my stillborn brother named Elliot that my mom used to always say, like when he saw a light flashing, that was him. That was another thing I didn't take well, but I don't really like remember like all of because like I blocked it all out kind of. But like I just thought it was him telling me like to turn around and go back and not do that. And then like years later, or not even, I feel like I kept hearing about it. There was like talk about this guy, this pedophile that was driving around scooping up little girls, like in that area around that time when we were looking at the place. So it's like, oh, did he save me from like what could have been me getting like kidnapped by this pervy guy? But then it's like, would he have really been driving around in the rain? I don't know, man. But in my head, I was just like, maybe that. Because it like. It felt like this ominous push. Like, no. Because in my head, I was like, what's really going to happen to me? I'm just going to run away. But then, this voice came in, like, no. This is, like, actually, like, no, something bad will happen if you don't turn around. And it was, like, this, it, like, felt like a push, like someone pushing you out of the road to save you from a car. It was, like, that kind of push. It was just, like, no. No. Go back now. Turn the fuck around. And it just felt really important. And I just believe in all of that. And I thought of that today, thinking about spirituality and God and how, like, I've actually, like, I believed in that, even though I, like, told nobody. Like, I came back and I didn't even, like, tell my family I had just tried to run away. I just, like, played it off, like, where were you? And I was just like, oh, I was over there. Hey. But like, I actually felt like I had this big spiritual moment, and I just kept it to myself. Because like, I didn't even know if I really believed it, but I did. And I do feel like that's also because like my parents kind of did that too. Like my mom would always kind of like make fun of me and not believe me, and my dad was afraid of emotions and religion and all that stuff, so he would like make a joke about everything. So that combined just made me feel like no one was going to validate this feeling I had. And I didn't want to hear their shit about it. And I was like, well, if y'all are just going to like make fun of me, then I'll just keep it to myself. Or like not believe me. Like, and like that's kind of been a vibe. And I'm not saying my parents didn't try to. It's like people like everybody's so like damaged too, is what I also realize. And that's another problem I've been realizing is like I will see that someone's like thinks this way or treats me this way or acts this way because of something, like because they're damaged in some way, and I'll have like this empathy for it and then just try and level with them and try and just be really understanding of everything they're doing because of X, Y, and Z. And my friend does that a lot too. Like with that one guy, she was always like, well, he this and that and that. And we both like will do that to each other. Like, well, but he this and that and that and that and that and that and this and that and that. And so I just feel bad for him. And then I was just watching this Tierra reading. Just like, well, you can't just keep you can't just keep leveling with people. You can't just keep allowing this bullshit and accepting it because they're it. And I'm doing it now with this guy, and it's just like, and I do it all the time, and it's just like, I just try and match the energy. But it's just like, no. Why would you want to match that energy? Why would you want to dim yourself because they're that way? And the thing is, and I've said this before too, like, it makes people angry. And I feel like Lil Nas X talks about that too. You shining and being the real light that you are, it makes people angry. Or they want to take it from you. Or they're just jealous. Or whatever. But like, you'll get enemies. And it's scary. Like, it makes you want to hide. And just dim your light to match everybody else's so that nobody tries to come for you. Or anything, you know. But you'll be so sad inside. And like, you'll feel terrible. And you can't do that to yourself. It's really hard because it does start to feel like, well, no one will ever really understand me or accept me for who I am. No one will believe me. Like, they'll think I'm crazy. Like, there's no place for me in this world. I just have to do this to get by, or I'm gonna suffer. And it's like that lack mindset that I have a lot of. And I don't know, but like, I have a lot of hope. I do. I do. I have this feeling. And I've always had this feeling too. I've had like this feeling. I mean, when I was really little, like, I just wanted to be famous. But not like famous in this vain way. Maybe it was a little vain and ego-y. I mean, I was a little kid. And that was also kind of like the young 90s dream, was like this Cinderella makeover comeback, like kaboom, and now you're popular and famous and blah blah blah. I don't know, but I also just like wanted, it like also came from this place of like, I just didn't feel like seen or recognized or felt special. But a part of me felt like I knew I was special, but nobody got it. or I was bullied or something. And I just wanted to be liked more than seen for special. But then I just wanted people to know that I was actually really special. And I remember, like, when I was bullied a lot, like, in school, and thinking, one day I'll be famous, and then everybody will realize that they're wrong about me, that I was really cool. And they were wrong. It's like that. Which I love in that one. I'm not gonna stop crying. Lil Nas song in that album. It's like the really sad, cute one. It's like all about the hope. It's like, I can't remember how it goes right now though. And the music video is really cute too, of him like crying in a bathroom stall. Which is giving me Mean Girls vibes, which is funny because Mean Girls is re-coming out. A lot of coming out vibes too. Renee Rapp, all of it. And I've been wondering that a lot too. Like, am I gay? Because, like, I don't think guys have the emotional depth for me anymore. And I'm tired of just being okay with that. But also, I'm really on one right now. What am I saying? What is that song? It's just like, you might want to die, but, like, don't give up. And, like, yeah. And I thought it even years ago with, like, exes, and, like, you know what? You didn't realize how special I was, but one day I'm gonna be famous, and you're gonna realize how awesome I was, and you just snoozed on it. You just let me slip away, and I was like, so cool. Like, didn't you realize I was like the coolest thing you could ever have? Like, and then they made me feel like, no, I could find like 5, 10, 20 plus hotter girls than you. And then I just had this feeling of like, but I'm cooler than all of them, and everybody knows it. But like, you get to think that they're hotter, so I guess they're better. It's so unfair. And I just thought, well, if I was famous, then people would see that I was beautiful. Then they would see that I was hot, because I would have fancy photographers and stuff, and I would be confident, and I would be loved and recognized. And then people would get over their stereotypical beauty, hotness shit and realize how awesome I was. I don't know, like, it's a mess. God, my stomach hurts so much. Those goddamn eggs. And I told my friend too, I was like, this is another symbol thing, because I knew they were undercooked. And I think it's funny too that I was trying to do sunny side up. Like, sunny side. Like, I'm just trying to find the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. But I didn't cook it right. I wasn't patient enough. And I was trying to do too much at once because I had stalled too much. And I didn't take the time. I didn't put enough oil in it, so it was just sticking. And then I thought it was done, but it wasn't. And yeah, it's just like, I knew it was bad for me, but I ate it anyway. Hold on. Yeah, my stomach is mad at me. It sucks too because it hurts so much that I don't want to eat. Which is dumb because another part of me is like, haha, we don't want to eat. We're gonna get really skinny today. But that's really toxic thinking. People don't do it. Eating is great. My stomach really does just hurt though, and I'm just not in the mood. My butt hurts. My back. I'm hoping this period's just not gonna be super evil too, because it's like, I don't know, like a plan B forced period. It's like extra pushed out there. I don't know. Will that make it worse? I don't know. I'm not gonna think about that right now. I'm gonna think about that right now. Cause you know, you don't want to think this is gonna be really bad. Cause you know, then you might manifest it. The Call Your Mom song's really cute too. It's like, don't let this darkness fool you. All lights turned off can be turned on. Because sometimes it is just a little switch. Which I've realized. Sometimes you just gotta switch your perspective. And it can be just that simple. Like, boop. Which I feel like I've said this before too, again, but it gives me that Spy Kids vibe too, the reprogramming. It's just like one little switch to make the kids good and not bad. It amazes me what I end up repeating because it's such vague, abstract shit. But I just keep coming back to these themes. But so it makes sense, I guess. But and whatever, who doesn't? All you need is love. Overplayed, get over it. Also, I randomly started singing. This is gonna sound dumb too, but I don't fucking care. I just randomly, so randomly, just started singing Stand By Me in this other video a couple days ago. And now, the past 2 nights at work, they've been playing Stand By Me in the playlist. Which sounds so dumb, but it just felt like another sign for me. Like, God hears you. And it's saying you're where you're meant to be. Like, my dad told me that. Like, sometimes those little synchronicities and signs, he likes to think of them as, like, little markers on the trail. And you don't have to figure out what they mean. It just means you're on the right path. But I like to think about what it means anyway, just for kicks and giggles. I mean, I think what I liked about that part too is like, when the night has come and the land is dark. It's just like, when it's dark, there's a light. And it feels like all is lost, there's a light. If someone just stands by you, you'll be okay. I don't know. And it almost feels like God is standing by you. Like, what is that thing? It's like, it's a God quote, which I used to always think these were so corny because of my insecurities about faith, but like, oh, how come in my hardest times there were only one set of footprints? And then it's like, God's like, that's when I carried you. I don't know, it's just so sweet. I can't even right now. It also is reminding me of in Euphoria, the show. There's this part where this girl and the guy are sitting on the couch and they watch Stand By Me, and then they like have this moment like singing that song, or they just love that song. They both love that song, and they start singing that song Stand By Me together, and it's super cute. It's kind of like that same vibe of like, you feel like hopeless and nobody sees you, but somebody does. I'm dying. And I really liked her story too, because I did feel her story a lot in the series. Even though that's why I hated it the most, you know, because you will hate that person that reminds you the most of you. It was just so triggering to me. It was just like, ugh. A lot of things about Euphoria are triggering though. I mean, I also really feel the Maddie vibes. So much of that show is triggering. And I really need to make a video about that show one day, because like, I have a lot of opinions on it, but because I just feel like a lot of it isn't accurate, but it's amazing how it's like so unrealistic and yet so on point at the same time. It's so weird. How does something do that? I don't understand. But that's Hollywood for you. I don't know. Maybe that's like religion too. God, what am I saying? But like she is the character that like feels unseen, is not popular, but she kind of like sees what everybody else is doing and like thinks everybody's being dumb, but no one will listen to her. And wow, I really okay, but like and she decides to write this play about everybody, but she's like, fuck, everybody's gonna get mad at me because I'm gonna be calling them out on their shit. And I've thought that a lot because I really like writing too. But then I'm always like, fuck. And it's the same thing with these videos. I'm like, fuck, if I wrote what I saw, people would be upset. Because I'd be calling a lot of people out. Same thing with these videos, same thing with everything. It's just like, if you speak your truth, you're just gonna like create a monster. And then, but it did trigger me too because I was just like, this does feel incredibly unfair to the people involved. Like, what did you expect? Like, I feel like she really should have at least warned her sister. But I get how she just didn't even know how to warn her. But just, yeah, it just feels a little unfair. It does. And that's where I'm at, like, this standstill, like, conflict within myself of, like, it doesn't feel right for me to be able to do that. But then it's like, well, I don't even know what my own story is. But I'm trying. I super officially don't know what I'm saying. The sad thing too is with that scene in that show, like he's dead. And he always reminded me of Mac Miller too. And like, boy, does the Mac Miller story, like, it's just like so many like sad story arcs. I don't know. And we really need to get real about like the drug problem in the world, because like I should be dead. It's crazy to me to think, well, I should really just be happy I'm alive, because you just don't know how easily you could just not be from like one little thing. Shit, I could be dead from this salmonella. And that cracks me up too, because it reminds me of... I'm not even gonna say it. I could just go on and on and on about signs and synchronicities until I completely lose my mind. But that is okay. And then it sucks because like then I'm like, I just need to get them all out there. But then like I can't even physically get them all out there because it's just like a tidal wave of numbers or something. So wow, I'm really surprised it doesn't cut me off. Okay. I also found this song Crack Me Open by Bonnie Medicine. It's a funny last name. Bonnie's totally just thinking of Bonnie Raitt or Wright too. Just cute because she had that one song that came out about her son that she lost and like the like kidney transfer, heart transplant thing. So much crazy hope vibes. God. But it's cute. Bonnie Medicine, Crack Me Open. And that's kind of how I feel right now. And it's funny too because it's all egg stuff too. But having a lot of egg vibes. And like crack open your shell. And I do feel like I'm like cracking open. But it's like a really intense feeling. I wonder if that's how birds feel when they're cracking open their shell. Like, does it feel like really crazy? Because that's kind of how it feels. You're just chipping away, but you're just kind of like, get me out of here, but also like, oh my god, what's going on? I don't know. God, sometimes it's just like so many signs. It's almost like shut up, brain. Just shut up. And the feelings too. It's just like calm down, like chill. Can we chill? It's too much. It's too much. It feels like too much. I literally feel like too much for myself. But that's okay. So yeah. I really need to do like some stretching or yoga or something for my body, but I feel like I just have no energy to do that. But I feel like I really need it. My body is like just so sore. Maybe a bath. I don't know. It feels too cold for a bath though. It's chilly in here. I think this is popping into my head right now too, but like, oh, you really gotta remember, like, realize how much you make a difference even when you don't think you do. Like, fuck being famous or success or any of that, actually. Like, or like what works out and what doesn't, or anything. Like, there's so many beautiful little moments in life. Weird honk. And you just have to understand how much every little moment really matters. So, like, you really matter to people a lot more than you have any idea. And every little thing you do matters a lot more than you could even fathom. Just like there's so many things people do for you, or things that you see, like, that matters so much more than you realize. Everything. The cloudy days, the rainy days, the sunny days, that peak of sun through gray clouds, like the random bunny rabbit you see, the misty mist hovering over the river, the girl that said, hey, can I get your Instagram name? I really like talking to you. The nice customers at work that say they'll follow your YouTube page and we're just really nice and fun and cool and sweet. Like, so many tiny little moments that are just like, wow, I don't know. They're just so precious. And memories of people, even though maybe you have beef now, they're still precious as fuck. And sometimes you gotta, like, let them go, but they're always there with you. Now I'm getting kind of Titanic-y, but I can't help it. It's saying on my birthday. Just kidding. Which I also think is funny. 15 is like my birthday, and that's like the devil card number. Okay, I need to move on. I'm really getting ahead of myself in thoughts. I wonder if going on a walk would help my body just to, like, move. Like, maybe I've been too stagnant. Walks do generally help me. Although it's, like, later in the day now. I feel like this one's gonna start to be getting colder. Like, I should have walked earlier. I don't know. But yeah, hope, be strong. You are strong. Even when you don't think it, you are. My cousin's kitties say that to get you to hold her more. They're like, oh, I can't. You can't hold you anymore. My arms are getting tired. And she's like, no, you're strong. You're strong. You're so strong. It's so cute. Oh, God. She's so cute. Okay. Wish I could get the kitten over here. Meeps. She's sweeping in the cat tower. Cats are cool. Cats can sleep all day. They don't give a fuck. I feel like she doesn't even stretch that much for how much she's curled up. How does that not hurt her? I wish I had cat bones. Cat muscles. I mean, being a dog would be cool too. Okay, I said I would finish this video when I finished the Diet Coke, so that's it. That's all I have. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna end every video saying that now. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Let's see if I can